Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. You know where you are, the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And you know how I love bringing in experts, and you know how we love having our VIP experts on the scene. And today is a good one. I'm going to tell you, I'm in a couple of books. I've been talking to other people about books, be an author, be an author. If you're an entrepreneur, you've heard that. And you've been going, how do I use being an author and and having a book to grow my business? Well, if you're like me, I've been overwhelmed, I've been stressed out, and I've always wanted to find ways to like grow the business without wanting to just choke myself out. Yeah, I said it. And now we have the answer. So sit right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Yep, I said it. How the heck do you grow your business if you're a solopreneur or a small business owner without stressing out and just wanting to say, to heck with it, I'm going to the beach? Or if you're in Vegas, one of the millions of pools we happen to have here. Well, I've got the answer because Jamie Wolf is in the house and she's going to tell us to slow down and enjoy. Hey, Jamie, what's happening?
Hey, Tigo. I love the energy. Oh my goodness. I need to have you for breakfast every morning. Awesome.
Well, hey, we're on 5 days a week. Just tune in.
For
Just
certain.
tune in. How are you first? Let's talk about that. How you doing? What's going on?
It's summer. It is my favorite season of the year. I am a crazy person who loves heat, and it is hot here in my little bitty town in South Carolina, and I'm a happy person.
You mentioned you're in South Carolina, and recently you were literally downtown Manhattan with your recent project a couple of months ago. So we're teasing all these people out there. They're going, wait a minute, Manhattan, yeah, Carolina, what are they talking about? You are actually, I'm going to let you tell it. I'm not going to break the secret. What does it mean when I say I want to be an author to you?
Well, I'm so glad you asked that question because I always have an upside down answer for it. And that is, if you are an entrepreneur, I invite you not to have the intention to become an author. I invite you to have the intention to put something to work for you that is so powerful, and it's proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. Books have been around since the book, and every single giant influencer uses books to do all the things that a business needs. So if you are a business person, I want you to publish a book, not to become an author, but to grow your business so you can go to the beach or the pool.
Okay, so what's the difference between publishing a book? I'm with y'all. I thought it was the same thing too. She gonna explain this to us. Publishing a book and being an author. Isn't that the same thing?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Many people have a book inside. If you've ever heard the thing, I've got a book inside. I need to get this story out. I've always wanted to write a book. Oh, I had this horrible thing happen to me. I want to save other people and make sure they don't go through this thing. I've learned all this stuff. Let me pour it all into a book, sort of verbal bomb it into a book with great intention.
Right.
Cathartic exercise. You want to help, you want to serve, and yet what result does it actually have? And the reality is that most of those books don't sell very many copies. I tease people and I say, unless you're writing about vampires or zombies, forget selling millions of copies. And most entrepreneurs are not pushing zombies or vampires. So when you write a book, not to be an author, but to support your business, you want to make sure that within that storytelling that you do, whether it's just a chapter, whether it's a mini book, whether it's your own solo book at all, what you want to do is make sure that you are using it as an evergreen lead gen source. If you tell a
Ah,
story and people go, oh, I think I like that person. Oh, I've
right.
had that problem too. How did she get out of it? Oh, I could see myself getting out of it that way. So it's an evergreen source of lead gen and prospecting. It's also a way to nurture and build relationships when you're thinking through what it is that you're selling. Think of yourself up on a stage. If you're going to go speak on a stage, do you really just want to speak on a stage unless you're doing a TEDx? That's different. But if you're
Right.
just being a speaker on any stage, USA or around the world, as an entrepreneur or small business owner, you're there to sell something from the back of the room. You're there to inspire, to evoke emotion, to get people moved to action, because you've got the thing that will help them, but it won't help them if they don't purchase from you and they don't work with you. So the book is the exact same thing. You're going to use your stories to overcome objections, address all the objections. I got to slow down so I can actually say words. Um, and when you do that, what you find is if people read your whole book and you're doing a little bit of teaching, and you can run that one of two strategies, you can either give them so darn much information they go, whoa, I can't do this by
Yeah.
myself, I need
Fire
you.
hose.
Or you give, the high level view and you go, wait, what do I do between step 2 and step 3? Okay, I need you for
Mhm.
that. So you can go one of two ways, but you're going to do some teaching and then give case studies, success stories, and they go, wow, it works. It really works. I need to buy this thing. I need to work with this person. So now you are having a closing call, not a sales call. When you write a book for that purpose, yes, you're putting content into book form. It's going to go out into the world and distribute. Like I always say, it's like getting electricity. You can create as much electricity or power as you want. If you can't get it to your light switch so that when you flip that little button, ta-da, the lights go on, it's useless. So when you create content, you want it to go out as far and wide as you can, like you do so expertly. This is
Ah,
one
thank you.
more format of distributing information, content, your stories, your expertise, your earned or learned experience. So people go, I love you. Or some of them say, I hate you. I'm not working with you. And so you just saved yourself a bunch of time not attracting unqualified clients.
I love you, Jamie. You're amazing. And I know people are sitting out there and they're going, wait a minute, what? She said what? And what about a stage? And she's talking my language. Calm down. She's gonna be here 2 more months and we're gonna cover being on stage and how to use your book. But I know there's somebody else out there looking and going, this Jamie lady knows a lot. Why does she know a lot? What does she do? Jamie, what do you do?
Well, thank you so much for asking that question. I run Million Dollar Story Agency, and we take entrepreneurs to bestseller in anthologies. And I have learned over time that not everyone knows what anthology means. So just think of it as a collaborative effort. If you come together with a few of your colleagues, your professionals that are at similar levels, it would be like sharing a stage with people. And so
Mhm.
we share the stage in the page. Ooh, like what I did there. So a collaborative work. I have had
I
too
love
much
it.
coffee this morning. A collaborative work in these anthologies. And so we come together around themes. The most recent one we did was Million Dollar Identity. So a bunch of entrepreneurs who are running 7, 8, 9-figure businesses, but they didn't start out that way. So what I love about being able to be the conduit for getting entrepreneurs' stories out to their audiences is that we realize we've all fallen down the same darn way. And it's, can you
Hmm.
pick yourself up again? What sort of barriers have you run into? Did every single entrepreneur who's ultra successful now start out with the best education and the best family and the
Right.
most money in the bank account? Heck no, they didn't. And so when you read that they are just like you and they did it, you start to have belief and be inspired that you can go. So those are the sorts of stories we tell. And we were in New York because we got to feature some of these amazing authors who hit #2 on the Wall Street Journal list, on the NASDAQ billboard. And we put them all in Times Square, and man, was it a party.
Yeah. You know, I I gotta tell you, when I first heard of anthology books, I thought it had something to do with Harry Potter. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm like, oh, that's a Harry Potter thing. Well, it must be his new movie. Yeah, didn't know. I went to Chicago Public School. Don't test me on this stuff. Uh, I think you're amazing. Now I know you are. You have to be very selective in the audience and the client that you work with. So do you have a process where they can like maybe apply or reach out and just kind of pitch you their idea and see if that's something you want to take on? Because you guys don't take on 1,000 books a year. You really focus on high-end projects, correct?
Correct. We focused on high-end projects. We have a few themes going on right now. So $1 million is a phrase in every single book because we're the $1 million story agency. And because it's that theme of, as a woman entrepreneur, not all women talk about having $1 million annual run rate, and I want to normalize it. So that's part of it. Secondly, it is who you become in the process. So it's always $1 million in our series, and series do really well as far as algorithms for hitting. Oh, okay, I got to talk faster. So we look at the next few themes are $1 million faith, $1 million proximity, who is in the room with you at the time, who's changed your life and help you go forward, and $1 million metaverse, because I really want to see who raises their hands getting into this new future that we're going to.
I love it. I love it. Okay, you guys, thank you so much, Jamie, for being on. You were amazing. I can't wait to see what we're going to talk about next month. Okay, you guys, you want to know how to get in touch with Jamie? You know what to do already. Go to Tigo Direct. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost her anything. Send her a private message. Say, hey, Jamie, I want to be in your next book. I got the $1 million idea. And she will get back to you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll come back next time, which with us is probably tomorrow. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time. Ooh, $1 million idea.